Connecticut judge finds Alex Jones liable over hoax Sandy Hook claims. So I see this overall. I already read this article, but overall, I see this as a huge win for the parents of the kids that were sadly killed in uh, the uh, the mass shooting that happened in Connecticut. Because that was insane. How back in 2018, I was in high school during that time, and I was worried when I was in high school that someone was about to shoot up the school when I was there. Thankfully, nothing happened, but yeah, that was insane. You guys remember that back in like 2017, 2018? How we every it's almost seemed like every month we got like at least 3 mass shootings that have happened. And that was insane. That was insane, and I'm glad that either hopefully the news is not talking about it that much just because it's not happening that much anymore. I know the last big mass shooting that I remember happening was when that guy entered that Asian massage parlor and he shot those innocent people up. That's the last time I remember of like a big story about a mass shooting that happened. So hopefully the news is not covering it because because the mass shootings have gone down a lot. But yeah, let's read this article. A Connecticut judge found Infowars host Alex Jones liable for defamation Monday for spreading the false conspiracy theory that the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre was a hoax. Superior Court Judge Barbara Bellis ruled in favor of the families of 8 people killed in 2018 school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. The judge found that Jones lost his case because he failed to produce critical material, including documents and financial records ordered by the court that the plaintiffs needed to prove their claims. So I think it's very interesting how they got this over a pretty much a technicality. I mean, just because he failed to produce um, in documents. But the most interesting here is that he refused to put out financial documents and financial records. Because I do believe Alex Jones is a grifter to like a certain extent. I do believe that some of the shit that he says, he does not believe in it. A lot of the shit he says, he does not believe in it. But I think since he made his community and his fam so fucking crazy that in turn they probably made him even fucking crazier, and actually makes him start to believe a little bit of uh, the garbage that comes out of his mouth. But over here I was saying the financial records. Um, like if you haven't seen like an Infowars like show or an episode, there's always a point of the show where he tells his audience to go and buy like these specific items. I forget that either sponsor him or that he actually has like stock in or that he owns. And I think right here and that he didn't want to put this out shows that he's pretty much only in it for the money and he does not believe in anything he says. But of course, like I explained before, but yeah, I do see this an absolute win, and hopefully it, even though he's kicked off on a pretty much every single platform, it does show that if someone wants to be like him, they should watch what they say, because the parents were like really got fucked up by these lies that he spewed, because the parents were harassed by his fans, which is crazy. Imagine losing your kid, but also being harassed by these insane degenerates, man, that are going after you for thinking that your kid wasn't killed, and you're still in a grieving process of your first grader being murdered by a dude. Yeah, that yeah. So they definitely need to. They definitely are owed this money. And also, I remember just now that some of the family members said that even when they tried to move, because a lot of people say, oh, if you're harassment, if you're getting harassed by, why don't you just move and get out of here? Well, some of the parents actually did move, but every time they moved, uh, hit the Infowars fans always find out their new address and dox them online. So they literally can't do anything other than this. So I do believe they 100% deserve this money. The default ruling also meant a judge will hold a hearing on how much Jones should pay in damages. I hope it's a lot. The Associated Press reported. 2012 school shooting killed 20 first graders and 6 educators. Jones used his website Infowars to promote the conspiracy theory that the Sandy Hook parents were paid actors and the shootings was actually a hoax organized by the government to take away citizens' guns. Which is crazy, and what kind of evidence did he have to think that they were paid actors and this was to take away citizen guns? I think he literally just pulled it out of his ass and just post hoc just try to defend it. Or maybe even not defend it. I think he literally just pulled it out of his ass knowing that it was false. 100%. Jones already had lost by default in separate filings in Texas by failing to produce items needed for discovery. Daft Punk discovery. Hearing on damages were also ordered. Monday ruling granted the families of 10 Sandy Hook victims a total of 4 wins in defamation lawsuits against Jones, the New York Times reported. The Connecticut suit lawyers for the parents claimed Jones and his companies, including Infowars and Free Speech Systems, violated court rules by failing to turn over documents to them, including internal company documents showing how and if Jones and Infowars profited from talking about the school shootings and other mass shootings, which I 100% believe that he did profit on that. And I do believe that he specifically made these claims up to profit from them. Their patterns of defying and ignoring court orders to produce responsive information is well-established, lawyers for the family wrote in court belief in July. Jones' lawyers have denied violating court rules on document disclosure and have asked that the Bellis be removed from the case, alleging she has not been impartial. Jones has since said he did not believe the massacre was a hoax. Families of some of the school shooting victims sued Jones, Infowars, and other in courts in Texas and Connecticut over the hoax conspiracy, saying they have been subjected to harassment and death threats from Jones' followers. And that's it for that. So, again, like I was saying before, I don't think, hopefully I don't think, and hopefully she will not be moved, Bellis will not be removed from the case, because she had every right to tell him to show the documents of financial records and other documents. So hopefully that doesn't happen, and I think it will not happen that she will be kicked off. But yeah, I hope he has to pay a ton of money, so he has to watch what he says later, and if he does say something as dumb as this, that he gets sued again, because this is actually hurting people about his then all he says right here is false. It's completely false. But before we finish, I was reading the comments of this article, and you can see this crazy motherfucker, the real Polly rat. I don't understand why it is that people like Alex Jones and Sidney Powell don't put the evidence on the table. The truth is a solid defense. What are they waiting for? Are they part of this deep state? Feels that way. God, this motherfucker is insane. If he's crazy enough to think that Alex Jones and Sidney Powell are part of the deep state, this is how radicalized and how far right Alex Jones and his fans are, that they're literally are going to eat each other. The truth is a solid defense. Well, yeah, the truth is a solid defense, and the truth says that Alex Jones was benefiting off this, and it was gaining money from this lie, and even Alex Jones said that he doesn't believe in that anymore, and he doesn't believe that this was a hoax. So I do think this idiot, this smooth brain ass dumb fuck, thinks that Sandy Hook shooting uh, was a false flag and was fake just because of what he says right here. And I like how he does his brain is so smooth that he has like no introspection on himself. He can't think about like shit because he's like, I don't understand why is it that people like Alex Jones don't put the evidence on the table. I wonder why they don't put fucking evidence on the table, because they ain't got none. Just like Rudy Giuliani had no evidence about Joe Biden's son on the laptop. That's why he had no evidence on there. That's why he never put it out, because he had no evidence. Just think about it. They didn't have. Why do you think they wouldn't put evidence on the table? Because they have no evidence. Like, just take 2 seconds to think about it. Just two, instead of writing this stupid ass just comment. Just think about it. Like, this dude is right here. There is no proof. Of course, yeah, there isn't proof. I don't know why I said it like that, because he's right. But yeah, there is no proof. It is crazy to me how like insane these people are. So yeah. So yeah, that's the end of that.